tarot reading for June 2025. In the first part of the reading, I will talk about general energies. In the second part of the reading, I will go into a relationship dynamic. I am working with the tarot cards and the Western astrology, but I'm merely working with the symbolism of tarot and Western astrology. I'm not doing forecasts, I'm not doing any predictions. I'm only looking at a picture, and we might find some inspiration, we might find some story that we can work with, we might find some guidance into deeper layers of consciousness to create a better situation for ourselves and manifest our desires. So let's see, Gemini, what's going on for you at this time, or for us. And I like to say Gemini, identifying people. Maybe you feel like a Gemini today, who knows. I certainly sometimes do in this season. So let's see what wants to come out. I saw the Emperor, which is nice. Control and focus and decisions and a system, organization. Maybe he's coming out again. Let's see. Oh yeah, I mean, that's not far off. The Four of Pentacles, it's called power. And we do have a card of stability, of system. We can see these four coins that became squares, so they are not coins anymore, which should symbolize a certain foundation, a stable foundation. This is also a fort when you look at it a little closer, and it's the Sun in Capricorn. It's a card of Capricorn. So Capricorn is a lot about power, about having a system, about being on top of things. So we might want to really focus on being on top of things, on our stability, on our to-do list, on getting things done, on having a stable ground, and on maybe cleaning up stuff so we can feel safe. This is a card of safety and security, of course, as well. And we want to make sure that we bring things into order. For me, it seems very much of an orderly energy right now. So let's see. This is good. So we are in our center and we are safe. We might feel safe. We might also save money, or maybe on a financial front, we might want to make sure that we have what we need and that we don't overspend. Ooh, Three of Cups, beautiful. The Three of Cups is a card of abundance. So we are working on an emotional abundance, and therefore maybe we might work more on our stable foundation. Coming in with this still lightheartedness and this light energy, this light emotional energy, we have a really good chance of a nice combination, not of clinging too much to power or stability, but still see it with a lighthearted perspective, or from a lighthearted perspective. The Three of Cups is a beautiful card when it comes to friendships, when it comes to our contacts on the outside, also understanding the contrast. It's a lot about understanding the contrast between dark and light. So there is the tale of Persephone or Persephone, I'm not quite sure how you pronounce it in English, going into the underworld, having to stay there for 4 months, a year, coming out again of the underworld, because she is also connected to the symbol of the pomegranate. And the pomegranate here, as you can see, is the seeds of the cups. So there is a connection to that contrast, that we only feel lightness and abundance when we know what it means when we don't have it. So this is something that we bring into the situation, or we can reflect on. It's also Mercury in Cancer, which is a beautiful energy when it comes to sharing our emotions, also working with our emotions for our personal gain, and connecting, of course, through language and through communication. It's a card of fun also. We want to have fun, but at the same time we want to keep it stable, if you know what I mean. Because with the Three of Cups, I don't read these cards in the reverse, but with Three of Cups we can often, if it's in the reverse, we can go a little overboard with partying and stuff. So we want to make sure that's not happening, but I don't see that happening for sure. Ooh, the Star card, Gemini, beautiful. And the Three of Pentacles, Three of Pentacles, Four of Pentacles. Interesting. This is all a work in progress, I think. And we're having a lot of hope. We are having a lot of faith. We are having a lot of knowledge also that we are at the right space at the right time. And with the Star card, we really can be very present within ourselves as part of a bigger creation. So we do understand that we are part of a bigger picture and that we're co-creating with the universe. She's like representing the goddess Nuit, who is the ultimate creator, and she's really all the possibilities the universe is offering to us. So she's really in co-creation with the universe, and she's at the right place at the right time. She knows that she belongs and she's exactly at the right place. She shows herself very vulnerable. Also at the same time, she is very brave, showing herself naked and just being herself, just shining. So this is a really, really beautiful card, which just is a confirmation really that we're on the right path, that we're exactly where we are supposed to be, and that we can also chill. Because the Star card is a really chill card. Also, when you look at it in the Rider-Waite deck, it's a very relaxed card. It's a very safe space where she is, but at the same time, she's safe within herself. It doesn't mean that it has to be, you know, female or male. It's just like an energy within us that we can look at. Also, with the Star card, we have the zodiac sign of Aquarius, so maybe that's something that means something to you. We also have the Star of Venus here. We have a lot going on this card. We can go very, very deep into the symbolism of the Crowley Star card, which we don't have time for right now. But yeah, this is a beautiful, beautiful space. And I'm saying work in progress because we do have the Three of Pentacles here, and the Three of Pentacles is really a card of work. It is also called work in this deck, and it's also a Capricorn card. This is Mars in Capricorn, and this is the Sun in Capricorn. So it's like what do we have to fight for a little bit, and where do we have to get through so we can arrive at this stability and arrive at this place that really feels safe and right. And it's not so much about safety in a sense of, oh my God, I'm afraid, I need to defend myself, or I need to secure myself, like the Four of Pentacles would be a little bit. This is more of it's safe but free, if you know what I mean. And that's of course a very, very special place to be in. And I'm kind of happy that I'm having this realization and this connection right now with this card. So it's a place of being safe and free at the same time. And we're working on that. We're working on that. Maybe also balancing out those places, and where do we have to put the work in, where do we have to really focus on, and where do we have to also take responsibility for ourselves, because this is also a card of hierarchies and responsibility. Where do we have to work with others? This is also a card of working with others. It's Three Pentacles. And where do we have to step up, quite literally, as you can see with this pyramid. It's like about hierarchies as well. So wow, that's a good way to go, Gemini. So if you want to work on personal projects right now, this is a really good time. If you want to work together with people on a personal projects where you are still probably the leader, an amazing time, especially if it's creative projects. So we have the Three of Cups and the Three of Pentacles. So this is a perfect combination actually for light-hearted teamwork and still keeping it focused. And I saw the Emperor earlier, so the Emperor would also be the leading figure, so he would also be the boss, of course. So yeah, very nice. Let's see what the relationship dynamics have to say to this this other person. So I'm doing you and the other person. This doesn't have to be a romantic relationship, but it can be. It's more about dynamics that we're having in our close surroundings. It came out before the Eight of Pentacles, and now we have the Nine of Pentacles. So know your worth is what's coming out here very strongly. I feel like you know your worth. You know what you can do. You know what you're capable of doing. You know how to get there. You have the discipline, that's all the Nine of Pentacles, and it's upwards. So also you could feel very independent and rich at this time. If you're looking for a partner, or if you are in a partnership, you're still like very independent. Also, when you're working with other people, it's the question is like, what can I now get from other people, and what can I share other than my skills. I feel like it's a lot about skills here for some reason, because we have the Three of Pentacles, we have all this Capricorn energy, so it is about hard work as well. And when we arrived at the Nine of Pentacles, we know how to be disciplined, because you only get to the Nine of Pentacles when you are in a disciplined type of energy. So you know your worth. This other person or energies from the outside, they might reflect on something. They might reflect on I'm not sure if it's a situation between the two of you, but if you're in a situation between or with somebody needs to take a break. With the Four of Swords, we are trying to really let the fog clear up, let the muddy waters just clear, and come to mental clarity. And the only way we can do that is through rest and a little bit of retreat. So this is also a card of truce. If you have been in a conflict with a person, and you had to kind of show your worth, they're now processing that. Or if you are surrounded by people who are just a little drawn back or not so active, just know it doesn't have to necessarily do with you. It could just be that their personal life is exhausting and they just need a break. But let's see how that connects with you. Five of Swords, there is conflict for sure. Oh, and the Ace of Swords in the reverse. Well, maybe things have been said. Gemini, I wouldn't be surprised, because Gemini likes to say stuff. The most unhinged stuff sometimes. And maybe it's not you, maybe, you know, it could be a dynamic that just brings out things. Let's see. I mean, you are really in your power. You're really in your worth. You know your worth. You're not in, with the Nine of Pentacles, we're not in a defensive mode, or we're also like showing people like, I don't actually need you. You know, if you want to be in conflict with me, that's fine. But I have bigger fish to fry, or I have different things to do. And the Nine of Pentacles is also not a cocky energy when it's upright. It's just like a standing in your power and in your truth, but not being, you know, a D about it. I'm not quite sure how that is bringing conflict, but it could be that you're just maybe making stronger decisions with your surroundings, and maybe also cutting people out that don't really serve your mission or serve your vision. I do have a little bit of a problem with the Ace of Swords in the reverse, because it is a card where we can say brutal truths or twist the truth in a way that it can hurt. So we want to make sure we don't do that. Or, I mean, we have to live with the consequences. Also with the Five of Swords, it's like, it is a card of winning by all means, but in arguments, not so much in like a physical situation, but in a mental situation, in an argument or in a debate. And it could be a card of harsh truths. And I think it could be a card of harsh truths from both sides. Somebody really has to maybe rest from a situation, or is maybe even preparing for a situation. Because with the Four of Swords, as I said, it's a card of truce, so we might retreat, or we might prepare for the next step to come, or we might even prepare for the battle. We're not asleep. This is a card, when you look in the Crowley deck, he very much points out that in the Four of Swords, we are not asleep. We are not just like ignorant of the situation. We are like on alert, but we are resting, and we are meditating, and we are letting things slow down, and we are kind of letting letting a strategy come up by itself without thinking about it. We're just meditating on a thing. So I'm not quite sure what the conflict here is, but somebody will win. And I'm just, you're in a very, very strong place here with the Nine of Pentacles. We're really strong with the Nine of Pentacles. It's not easy to be defeated when you're in this place. But I have to say that there is it's a hard time for compromise, probably for Gemini people. So we might not be able to find a compromise. There might just be a right or wrong situation, and that might be it, you know. So I guess that's okay, but it is not necessarily a long-term strategy when we're not working with the truth. Because when the Ace of Swords is in the reverse, we might not really be transparent or play fair also, you know. And that's something, I mean, sometimes that's necessary, I guess, but we have to also understand that this could create more problems, because this is just easier in the long term. But anyway, just a suggestion. But yeah, you're still in a very, very, very powerful place with the star. This is how it's supposed to be, I guess. And maybe you're just having to make cutthroat decisions also when it comes to business or when it comes to projects, you know, because I see they're working together with other people, and in a way it's like, okay, I'm sorry that this is offending to you, but this is just the way how it is. Careful, because maybe you're not seeing the full picture. That's the only thing I'm seeing, and that's the only reason that I'm a little concerned with the Ace of Swords in the reverse, because we might not see the full truth. It's not even that we're lying or anything. We might just not see the full picture just yet. And we don't want to have conflict just because of the conflict. That's just, I mean, we can, but it's just, you know. Oh, interesting. We have an oracle card that says parents love. Whatever you do, your parents love you from the heart. I'm sure this does not resonate with everybody, because I know not everybody feels like that. But still, people show love in very strange ways sometimes. And maybe that's what we need to be reminded of here, that either way, we are loved. So yeah, Gemini, thank you so much for being here. Please check out my description box if you're interested in what I do next. And besides the tarot, I'm an artist, I'm a musician, and I do these tarot card readings for a couple of years now. So check out whatever you need to know. I do personal readings, private readings, but very limited. So if you are interested, you find all the information below. So I ask you to like, subscribe, comment if you haven't yet, and I hope I'll talk to you next time. Goodbye.